Good morning, dear children. I am happy to see you all through this video class. In this lockdown situation, based on the request of parents as well as the guidance from CBSE, we are starting this video class. In this class, we are going to start our chemistry. So far, till your 8th standard, we studied science as a single subject, but now we are going to study it as chemistry and physics and biology. I am your chemistry master for this year, and I want to tell you one good thing. 9th chemistry is my favorite subject that I want to teach. Okay, and I want you to assure that 9th chemistry will be the easiest one for you also. Okay, so be happy. In 9th chemistry we have only 4 chapters. Okay, if you go through the book, the first 4 units in science book will come under chemistry. I want to tell you the names of the lessons. The first lesson is matter in our surroundings. The first 2 lessons will deal with matter. Matter in the sense everything, all solids, all liquids and all gases. Even oxygen is a matter. This chalk is a matter. Everything is a matter. All solids, liquids and gases, okay, they will come under matter. And the second lesson deal with the purity of matters. Whether you can say a gold, when will you say that a gold is pure? When will you say that milk is pure? Okay, that is matter around us pure, the purity of matter. So first 2 lessons are very related to each other, and the 3rd lesson and 4th lesson they deal with atoms. Okay, the 3rd lesson atoms and molecules, and 4th lesson structure of atom. Okay, these 2 lessons will be very interesting, and they are my favorite chapters too. Okay, first 2 lessons are related to each other, very closely related to each other, and 3rd and 4th lesson are closely related to each other. Okay, so now what I have decided is we will directly go to the next 2 lessons, that is 3rd lesson and 4th lesson, because they are very interesting. Understood, Anand? We will go to the 3rd and 4th lesson. This class is just about the introduction. This introduction is for both 3rd lesson and 4th lesson. Because I felt that before going to the lesson, we should have some previous knowledge, some introduction. Okay, so I am going to teach you that now, and I assure that this will be very interesting. Shall we go to the lesson? Everyone ready? Everyone ready? Yes, what about you? Others, are you ready? Girls, everyone ready? Okay. So first we should know what do you mean by an atom. Because the 3rd lesson and 4th lesson deals with atom. What do you mean by atom? Can you say? See, you know, in biology we have studied cell. Our human body is made up of small cells. Similarly, every object, all matter, all elements are made up of atoms. So our atoms are the smallest. We can derive that. Smallest constituent unit, or the smallest, or the fundamental unit of any matter. It may be solid, it may be gas, it may be liquid. Understood or not? For example, if you want to understand, consider this wall. Okay, this wall is already made up of several bricks. Yes or no? Before painting, okay, before applying the cement, you would have saw this wall is made up of fully bricks. Similarly, every object, if you consider this chalk, if you consider oxygen, air, oxygen, if you consider the gold you are wearing, everything is made up of a smallest fundamental unit. That fundamental unit is called as atom. See here, this wall is made up of bricks. Each brick can be considered as a fundamental unit. Similarly, every object is made up of small units called as atoms. Clear? Is it clear now? You understood what you mean by atom? Okay. Then we should know how an atom looks generally. Okay, because I want you to understand one thing. Though atoms are called the smallest unit, the atom itself, every atom contains some subatomic particles. Every atom contains subatomic particles. Subatomic particles. What do you mean by that? Subatomic particles mean they are present inside the atom. Understood or not? See, our body contains many parts. Similarly, atom also contains some subatomic particles. Understood? So, what are they? What are the subatomic particles? They are protons. It's very important. Please listen carefully. Protons, electrons, and neutrons. They are called as the subatomic particles. This may be new to you. Let me introduce this term: protons, electrons, and neutrons. Okay, so they are present inside every atom. Understood? Then protons are usually positively charged particles. Plus, protons are positively charged. You know the charges two types: positive, negative. Okay, so protons are positive. PP. Protons positive. You can remember that. Understood? Then electrons are negatively charged particles. Are you all watching? Are you all following me? Hello? Raj, are you all following? Okay. So protons are positively charged. Electrons are negatively charged. Understood? Then what about neutrons? The name itself tells neutral. Neutrons. Neutrons means they does not contain any charge. So they are chargeless. No charge. You cannot say whether it's positive or negative. They have no charge. Understood? So protons are positive charge. Electrons are negative charge. And neutrons does not contain any charge. Understood? So these are the subatomic particles. Now let us know how they are present in an atom. How an atom generally looks like. Okay, so let's see that structure of an atom. I am just giving you an introduction. We will discuss about all these topics in detail later. Okay, so structure. So listen carefully. Every atom contains an important part in the middle. Okay, that is called as nucleus. So every atom contains the nucleus in the middle. You would have saw omelette, isn't it? An omelette in the middle, what will be present? Yellow will be present. Na? Similarly, in the middle of every atom, nucleus will be present. Understood? And inside nucleus only we have protons as well as neutrons. Understood or not? Inside nucleus we have protons as well as neutrons. Then where will protons over? Neutrons over. Now electrons, where they will be present? Okay, now electrons will be revolving around the nucleus. You have studied solar system. All the planets are revolving around the sun. Similarly, all the electrons are revolving around the nucleus. They will revolve in some special energy levels called as orbits. These are called as orbits. Okay, orbits are also called as shells. Are also called as energy levels. You would have studied in solar system, every planet revolves around the sun in a definite particular path, isn't it? That particular path in which the electrons are revolving around the nucleus is called as orbits or shells or energy levels. Okay, so consider for example here this is an electron. Electron negative charge, so we will put a minus here. Okay, so here also understood or not? But there is a condition. In each shell, some definite electrons only can be present. For example, in the first shell, this is the first shell, this is nucleus, this is first shell, second shell, third shell, fourth shell also there. I will teach you that later. But in the first shell only 2 electrons can present. There is a condition for that. Okay, I will teach you that later in detail. But as of now, you should know this is the structure of an atom. So inside the nucleus, what will be present? Protons and neutrons, and outside the nucleus, electrons are revolving around the nucleus in particular orbits, or you can call as shells. This is how an atom generally looks like. Understood? But every atom won't be same. For example, oxygen atom have a particular number of protons, particular number of neutrons, and particular number of electrons. Similarly, hydrogen atom have different number of electrons. The number of electrons, the number of protons, and the number of neutrons may differ from atom to atom. Otherwise, generally every atom have this structure. They have a nucleus inside which protons and neutrons are present, and they have electrons revolving around the nucleus in a particular energy level. Understood? Okay, children, you may ask a question now. Sir, you said protons are positively charged, electrons are negatively charged. But what about these neutrons? Neutrons have no charge. If neutrons have no charge, what is the purpose of neutrons in being there? Why neutrons are needed in an atom? You may have that question. Okay. So I'll tell you. Listen here. See the structure of the nucleus. Inside an atom, in the middle, nucleus is present. Nucleus contains protons and neutrons. You know, protons are positively charged. So imagine in an element, there are 5 protons. You imagine in any one particular atom, in an element, in an atom, we have the atom contains 5 protons. Okay. So 5 protons are present inside the nucleus. You know, protons are positively charged. You know very well. Positive will repel or attract. Like charges repel each other. So, if there are 5 protons inside the nucleus, the 5 will repel against each other. Understood or not? If they repel, what will happen? The protons may come out of the nucleus. Because of the repulsion, they may be scattered out of the nucleus. Understood or not? In order to prevent that, we have neutrons. For example, if one proton is here and another proton is here, nothing is there in the middle means they will get repelled. If you bring it near, they may get repelled. But in the middle, if a neutron is there, that is, neutron does not contain any charge. Therefore, since this is chargeless, it will prevent the repulsion. Understood or not? This is for an example, just for your understanding. I am telling like this. So the main purpose of neutron is to hold the protons inside the nucleus. If neutrons are not there, protons may come out of the nucleus. So the main function of neutron is to hold the protons inside the nucleus. Clear? Okay. So now I want to tell you one more important point about atom. An atom is electrically neutral. I want you to understand this. An atom is electrically neutral. What do you mean by that? If I say an atom is electrically neutral, it means the overall charge of an atom is 0. Which means you can't say an atom is a positive charge or negative charge. It does not contain any charge. See, neutrons contain no charge. Similarly, atom also electrically neutral. The charge is 0. It may sound different for you because earlier I told you atom contains electrons, protons. Protons are positively charged, electrons are negatively charged. Sir, you just told that, but now you are saying atom does not contain any charge. You may have that question. I will tell you the answer. See, in an atom, number of protons is always equal to number of electrons. Understood or not? In an atom, always the number of protons is equal to the number of electrons. Clear or not? Is it clear? Okay. So, if number of protons equal to number of electrons, protons are positively charged, electrons are negatively charged, so the plus value and the minus value will get cancelled. For example, in case of oxygen, oxygen contains 8 electrons. So if it contains 8 protons, it also contains 8 electrons. Oxygen. So protons 8, electrons 8. So you know, plus 8 minus 8, the net value is 0. That is why I said atom is electrically neutral. So you can say the oxygen atom is electrically neutral. Similarly, every atoms are electrically neutral. Understood? So always the number of protons will be equal to the number of electrons. Understood or not? Okay. So I will tell you. Consider this element as oxygen. You know oxygen very well. Okay. You have not yet studied this. Anyhow, I will tell you how an oxygen atom looks like. So in oxygen atom, there is a number called atomic number. I will tell you what is that. Okay. So the atomic number for oxygen atom is 8. Okay. Similarly, the number of protons is 8. If the number of protons is 8, the number of electrons is also 8. Okay. So the electrons will be distributed like this. I already told you, in the first shell only 2 electrons can be there. Okay. So if already 2 electrons there, remaining how many electrons? Out of 8, 2 already filled. So remaining 6. The remaining 6 electrons will be filled in the next shell. Okay. So 6 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So totally how many electrons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So 8 protons, 8 electrons. Then what about neutrons? I already told you, protons, number of protons and number of electrons will be equal in an atom. But neutrons we can't say. Sometimes it may be equal, sometimes it may be different. Understood? Sometimes the number of neutrons may be equal to the number of protons and electrons in some atom. In other atoms it may be different. But in case of oxygen, the number of neutrons is also okay. It won't be the same in all elements, but in case of oxygen it is same. So now this is the structure of oxygen atom. Understood? So it has 8 protons, 8 neutrons and 8 electrons. So 2 electrons are revolving in the first shell. The first shell is called K shell. The name given is K shell. And 6 electrons are revolving in the second shell. The second shell name is L. The third shell M. Then next shell N. Next shell O. It will go on like that. We will study that later. Okay. So now I want to tell you an important thing. I told you there are a number called atomic number. Now what do you mean by that? What do you mean by atomic number? Atomic number is just like roll number. So in your class, who is roll number 1? I think it is Adarsh Jagannath, isn't it? Adarsh Jagannath is roll number 1. Similarly, atoms have number. Every element, every atom, okay. For example, for a particular element, particular atomic number is there. As you have roll number, okay. But how it is decided? Atomic number. On what basis it is decided? Atomic number. So you want to I want you to understand atomic number is nothing. Atomic number of an atom is equal to the number of protons. Simple. Atomic number is nothing but the number of protons. See, if you consider an atom, first you have to look how many protons are present there. In case of oxygen, 8 protons are present. That's all. Therefore, atomic number of oxygen is 8. Understood or not? So, atomic number of an atom of an element is nothing but equal to the number of protons. You already know the number of protons is also equal to the number of electrons. Is it clear? Is it clear? So, atomic number is decided based on the number of protons, that is also equal to the number of electrons. Clear? Okay. Now, there is another number. There is another number called as mass number. This is atomic number. The next one is mass number. How will you calculate the mass number? Mass number is called as the number of nucleons. It's a new term. Nucleons. What do you mean by nucleons? You can guess this. What do you mean by nucleons? You see the nucleus. Inside nucleus we have protons and neutrons. They are together called as nucleons. Is it clear? Is it clear? Are you all seeing? Are you all following me? Okay. So nucleons. What is the meaning of nucleon? Nucleons are the protons and the neutrons. So nucleons are the substance present inside the nucleus. That is protons and neutrons. So that is equal to number of number of nucleons is equal to inside nucleus what are present? Protons and neutrons. So number of nucleons equal to number of protons plus number of neutrons. Is it clear? So mass number is equal to the number of protons plus number of neutrons. You can also write this like this. You know, number of protons equal to what? Number of protons is called as atomic number. Therefore, mass number can be written as, instead of number of protons, you can write atomic number plus number of neutrons. So it's not difficult, it's easy only. Atomic number means simply the number of protons. Mass number means with the number of protons, that is with the atomic number, you have to add the number of neutrons. Why I am telling this? You must study. If you consider an atom, you must know the number of protons, the number of neutrons and the number of electrons. Okay, that is why I have decided like this. Before starting our chemistry, you should know at least the number of protons, electrons and neutrons of at least first 18 elements of the periodic table. Take your book, NCERT science book, page number 51, you have a table. In that table, the details of first 18 elements is given. Understood? First 18 elements. You should know what are the first 18 elements. You should know their atomic number, number of protons, number of electrons and number of neutrons. Okay. So now I am going to tell you how can you easily study that, how can you easily understand and remember that. Okay. So all of you take your book, page number 51. In the table given in page number 51, the list of first 18 elements of periodic table is given. I have written it here. I don't have much space, so I have written very small. I think it's visible to you. Is it visible? Okay. So the first 18 elements, they are hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron. Come on, say with me. Carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine and argon. They are the first 18 elements given in the periodic table. All these elements have a particular symbol. Okay, so in chemistry, every element will be represented with a symbol. For example, you see here, hydrogen symbol is given as H. Hydrogen symbol is H. Then helium symbol is He. Because here also you can't write H because already hydrogen is H. So He. I will tell you. Then lithium is Li. Beryllium is Be. Then boron is simply B. Then carbon symbol is C. Nitrogen N. Oxygen O. Then fluorine simply F. Then what about neon? Ne. Then sodium Na. Then magnesium Mg. Aluminium Al. Silicon Si. Phosphorus P. Sulfur S. Chlorine Cl. And argon A. Argon is Ar. When you carefully go through the letters, you may observe something. Mostly the symbols are single letter. Mostly. Okay. And the first letter of the element comes as the symbol. Mostly the first letter of the element comes as the symbol. But in some cases there are two letters. Are you seeing it? Two letters. Yes or no? In the two letters, the first letter is the first one only. The name of the element, the first letter. Okay. First letters are the same. Second letters same, but sometimes, for example, see the magnesium G is not the second letter but the third letter. Okay. So from this you can observe one thing. Usually the first letter of the name of the element will come as the symbol, and sometimes if two or more elements may have the same letter, then you will take the first letter as the first one and any one letter. For example, in this case we took the second letter, but here we took the third letter. Any one letter, any other letter in the name of the element as the second letter of the symbol. Understood? So two things. First one, maybe more commonly the first letter of the name of the element is taken as the symbol, and sometimes two letters are taken. Among the two letters, the one is the first letter and the second one may be the second letter or the third letter or any other letter in the element. Is it clear? For example, hydrogen directly H, boron directly B, carbon directly C, no problem. But some cases helium first letter and the second letter, lithium first letter and second, beryllium first and second, but magnesium first and third. Yes or no? Chlorine first and third. Okay. So first letter should be the same, but the second letter may be any other letter in the name of the element. Is it clear? But there is only one odd man out. Okay. See here, sodium. The name is sodium, but it doesn't start with S. Here the symbol is Na, but N is also not there, A is also not there. This is an exceptional case. Then how can you name it as Na? Means some elements are named based on their Latin or Greek name. They are Greek Latin name. For example, sodium, we are calling it as sodium, but the Greek Latin name for sodium is natrium. 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 Sodium is also called in Greek Latin name as natrium. In natrium, the first two letters are Na. So the symbol for sodium is Na. Is it clear? If anyone asks, the question is asked, why sodium's symbol is called as Na? Because its Greek name is natrium. So the first two letters are H. So the symbol is clear. Now let us go to the atomic number. Atomic number can be directly written. See, the first one is hydrogen and the 18th one is argon. So you can directly write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now I wrote it very easily, but you should know the atomic number of all the elements. Yes or no? You should know the atomic number. If anyone asks you suddenly, if I ask you suddenly, which element has the atomic number 15? What you should do? You should tell immediately. It is what? It is phosphorus. You should tell immediately. Understood or not? So sometimes you might have to memorize it because we are not the scientists, isn't it? So, but I will tell you, I have one easy method, one rhymes method for remembering this atomic number. How to remember the atomic number of elements easily using a rhyme. Are you ready? The rhyme does not contain any meaning, but just for remember. Okay, and it will be an interesting way. Okay, and a creative way of learning. Are you all ready? Are you all ready to sing the rhyme? You know the ABCD rhyme, you know very well, isn't it? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Yeah. In the same way, we are going to study the atomic number of elements using this rhyme. Are you ready? Okay, I will tell you. Shall we begin? Now we are going to frame the rhyme. Okay, the rhyme contains totally 9 words, and each word represents 2 elements. Because totally there are 18 elements, isn't it? Totally there are 18 elements, and there are 9 words. Each word represents 2 elements. Shall we go? Shall we begin? Okay. So now first see the first 2 elements. The first 2 elements are hydrogen and helium. Their symbol H and He. We are going to take the symbol along H and He. So I am considering the first word as he. Just a rhyming word. He. So he. This H represents hydrogen symbol and this He represents helium symbol. Understood? He. Okay. So this is hydrogen and this is helium. Okay. He. Then lithium and beryllium. So this is one word. Then lithium and beryllium. So Li and D. Lib. There is a country called Libya. Hope you know Libya. So here Li stands for lithium. Beryllium actually it is Be, but I am taking this By. Beryllium. Okay. So he Libya. Then boron and carbon Bc. I am directly taking it as Bc only. Bc. So B for boron and C for carbon. Bc. Then next to nitrogen, oxygen. Nitrogen N, oxygen O. So I am directly taking it as NO. So N for nitrogen and O for oxygen. Are you all following me? We are just framing the words. So each word represents 2 elements. Then next 2 elements NO. Fluorine and neon. Fluorine F and neon is Ne. F, Ne. So I am taking the word funny. F-U-N-N-Y. Funny. So F stands for fluorine, and instead of Ne I am taking Ny. It stands for neon. Is it clear? Okay. Then next 2 sodium and magnesium. Okay. So NaMg. So I am taking the word name. NaMg. Instead of Mg, I am taking Me. Okay. So Na stands for sodium and Me stands for magnesium. Instead of Mg, I am taking Mg. Okay. Then next to aluminum and silicon. AlSi. So AlSi, there is no word also. So I am taking the word also. Okay. So Al stands for aluminum and SO. Instead of Si, I am taking SO. SO stands for silicon. Okay. Then next to PS, phosphorus P, sulfur S. PS, I am taking the word pass. P stands for phosphorus and S stands for sulfur. Understood? Okay, pass over. Then next to chlorine and argon. ClAr. So I am using the word clear. ClEar in the word clear. Cl stands for chlorine and Ar stands for argon. Understood? So Cl, chlorine, Ar, argon. So totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 words over. But we are going to use the ABCD rhyme. For that say, I am taking one extra word. You have only 18 elements. The 19th element is actually this potassium, and potassium symbol is K. So I am taking one extra word that is called KNOW, no. Okay, where the K stands for potassium. It is not in table, even then for the rhyming sake I am taking this word. Okay, so now this is the word He, Libya, BC, no, funny name, also, pass, clear, no. Okay, so we are going to try this using ABCD rhyme. You have studied it in LKG, UKG, isn't it? Now we are again, actually I am standing in LKG block now. This is LKG block. I am going to take you also to LKG block. Are you ready? Even though you are sitting in home, you have to open your mouth and sing with me. Understood? Shall we try it? Are you ready? Boys and girls, are you ready? Okay. So we will sing like this. ABCD. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, like that. Shall we try? Okay. We will try like this. He, Libya, BC, no. Funny name, also pass, clear, no. Okay. This one you have to sing little faster. Okay. He, Libya, BC, no. Funny name, also pass, clear, no. He, Libya, BC, no. Funny name, also pass, clear, no. Understood? It's easy to catch, isn't it? Okay. Again, I want you all to sing with me. Even though you are in your house, please don't be ashamed. Okay. So please sing with me. He, Libya, BC, no. Funny name, also pass, clear, no. He, Libya, BC, no. Funny name, also pass, clear, no. Okay. So you have to sing this again and again so that it will get memorized. Okay. It will be stored in your brain. Now, you may ask a question. Okay, now I learned the rhyme. How this rhyme will be useful to me? Okay, I will tell you. So you forget this 10th word. There are totally 9 words. Okay, so you consider like this. First number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this is He, Libya, BC, no, funny, name, also, pass, clear. So 9 words. Okay. So if I suddenly ask you, what is the element with atomic number 14? So you know 14 will be present in 7th word. He, Libya, BC, no, funny name also. Okay, so also is the seventh word. Seventh word contains two elements, 13th and 14th. Okay, also 13th is Al, aluminium, and 14th is So. So SO, but we took Si, that is silica. So we can tell silica. Understood or not? See, I want you to sing this rhyme. It's an interesting way again and again, so that you will remember it and you can say the atomic number of any element. Similarly, if anyone asks you to tell the element with atomic number 7, suddenly he 2 elements gone, Libya 4 elements gone, BC 6 elements gone. Now the fourth one, No, No, it contains 7th as well as 8. 7th is N and 8th is O. So 7th one is nitrogen, 8th one is oxygen. Is it easy? Okay, shall we sing it again? Again, everyone has to sing. You can make your sister or brother also to join with you. Okay. So now shall we sing it again? Libya, BC, no. Funny name also past clear, no. Libya, BC, no. Funny name also past clear, no. Okay. So is it okay? So we will study this rhyme. Please copy it down, and using the fingers you can easily tell. For example, if I want the 17th element, so 17th element, you know each finger, each word, 2 elements. Okay, so 17th means 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 and 18. So 17 and 18 are present here. See, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10, 11 and 12, 13 and 14, 15 and 16 and 17 and 18. Libya, BC, no, funny, name, also, pass, clear. So 17 and 18, clear. That is Cl and Al. 17 is Cl, chlorine, 18 is argon. In this way you can remember all the atomic numbers. Understood or not? Is it clear? Okay. So please copy it down. Next we will look at the number of protons, neutrons and electrons. Understood? Copy it down. So now we have learned how to remember the atomic numbers. Now next column, number of protons, number of electrons and number of neutrons. It's very easy. I already told you. Atomic number is equal to the number of protons. So directly write equal. Okay. So here 1, hydrogen atomic number 1, number of proton also 1. Then here 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Directly you can write 7, 8. Because the atomic number and the number of protons are the same. Yes or no? Okay, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And one more thing, number of protons first charge and the number of electrons negative charge are also equal. Therefore here also the same. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, same only. Very easy. So this column also over. So number of protons, number of electrons and the atomic number all are same one. Understood? But only one thing is different. I told you, number of neutrons, sometimes it may be equal, sometimes it may be different. So let me write it first. For hydrogen, the number is 0. There is no neutron. Then for helium, same, 2. Then lithium, 4. Beryllium, 5. Boron, 6. Then carbon also, 6. Nitrogen, 7. Oxygen 8, fluorine is 10, neon also 10, sodium 12, magnesium also 12, aluminium 14, silicon also 14, phosphorus is 16, silicon also 16. Then chlorine is 18 and argon is 22. We have to focus on this because some values are equal. For example, helium 2, helium same. Then carbon 6. That is the number of electrons, protons and the number of neutrons are the same. Then nitrogen also same. Oxygen also same. Then 10. Neon also same. Then what else? Magnesium 12. Magnesium also same. Then silicon 14, same. Then sulfur 16, same. Isn't it? All this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are same. 10 are different. Understood or not? Okay. So if it is same, you don't need to memorize it. Already you know that you have studied the atomic number, then everything is same. So if it is same, you don't need to study. Only if it is different, you have to remember that. Okay. So first let us look what are the elements having different number of neutrons. So here hydrogen, lithium, beryllium, boron, then fluorine, then what is this? Sodium, then aluminium, then here is phosphorus, chlorine and argon. Okay, these are the elements having the number of neutrons different from the atomic number or the number of protons. So, as we framed a line earlier, now we are going to frame a sentence. How many elements? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 elements are having different number of neutrons. So, we are going to frame a sentence using 5 words. Each word contains 2 elements. Okay. How? First element hydrogen, different, and another one lithium, different. So hydrogen H, lithium Li. So H Li. So consider this as hello. H Li. Hello. So hello. H for hydrogen, LO. Instead of Li, I am taking LO for lithium. Hello. Then next H over Li over. Then next is beryllium and boron. That is Be and B. Beryllium Be and B. Be. So I am taking it as baby. Hello baby. Okay, so this Ba, instead of Be, I am taking Ba. This is for beryllium, and this By, this B is for boron. So first hydrogen and lithium, next beryllium and boron. Okay, hello baby. Then next, after that, what we have? Fluorine and sodium. Fluorine and sodium. That is F and Na. F and Na, I am taking it as Funa. It is the name of a girl. Funa. So this F for fluorine and this Na for sodium. Understood? Hello baby, Funa. Then next, so sodium over, next what is that? Aluminium and what is this? Phosphorus. Aluminium and phosphorus. Al and P. Alp. You know there is a mountain range called Alps. You would have studied in geography. Alps. Okay. So Al stands for aluminium and P stands for phosphorus. Okay. So aluminium, phosphorus. Then last, what we have? Chlorine and argon. Chlorine and argon. Cl, Al. Again we take the word clear. Clear. Cl stands for chlorine and AR stands for argon. Okay, so we frame a sentence. Hello baby Fiona, Alps clear. The Alps mountain is clear. So let us imagine one word is. Hello baby Fiona, Alps is clear. We can remember, you should not include the is. Hello, hello, hydrogen and lithium. Baby, beryllium and boron. Fiona, fluorine and sodium. Alps, aluminium and phosphorus. Clear, chlorine and argon. Hello baby Fiona, Alps is clear. Understood? So please remember the sentence. Hello baby Fiona, Alps is clear. So you should not include the is. Hello, hydrogen and lithium, baby, beryllium and boron, fluorine, Fiona, fluorine and sodium, Alps, aluminium and phosphorus, clear, chlorine and argon. If you remember the sentence, and then you can automatically know. So these are the words which have different number of neutrons. Okay. So let us look how they are different. Hydrogen atomic number is 1, but neutron is 0. So minus 0. 1 minus 0 is 0. Then what about lithium? Here it is 3, there it is 4. So plus 1. Then what about beryllium? Here it is 4, number of neutron is 5. So here also plus 1. Then what about boron? 5, 6. Plus 1 means it is increased by number 1 now, increased by 1. Then where is the next? Here sodium. Atomic number 11, but the neutron is 12. So here also plus 1. Then what else? Here aluminium. Aluminium also plus 1. Then phosphorus also plus 1. 15 plus 1 is 16. So 1 mean why I am telling this? You have to add 1. If the number of electron is 15, then the neutron is plus 1, 16. Then chlorine also plus 1. But here in argon, electrons 18, but neutrons 22. So plus 4. So except hydrogen and argon, all the other you are adding simply plus 1, plus 1. You can easily remember. Except hydrogen minus 1, argon plus 4. Argon is plus 4, hydrogen is minus 1. All others are plus 1. Clear? So in this way you can easily remember. Hello baby Fiona, Alps is clear. How much you have to add? Plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, except argon and hydrogen. Hydrogen you will minus 1, so you will get neutron 0 and argon plus 4. Finally I want you to highlight this only one element, that is hydrogen. Hydrogen is the only element with number of neutrons 0. Hydrogen is the one and only element with number of neutrons 0. I may ask you a question. Why hydrogen has 0 neutron? If you clearly listen the class, you can easily answer. Why hydrogen has number of neutrons 0? The number of proton is 1, the number of electron is 1, but the number of neutron is 0. Why? Can anyone think an answer? If you think about the purpose of neutron inside the nucleus, the function of neutron, then you will say the answer. Please think, please take 1 minute time and think. Come on. Okay, let me tell the answer. The purpose of neutron inside the nucleus is to hold the protons, to prevent the neutrons, to hold the protons, to prevent the protons from repelling against each other. But here you see, in hydrogen, how many protons are there? Only one proton. Only one proton cannot repel. 2 protons are there means they may repel. So one proton will not repel. Therefore, there is no need for neutron. Understood? To prevent the repulsion. So the number of neutron in hydrogen is 0. So that's all. With this I end today's class. So we have studied atomic number. We have studied number of protons, neutrons, electrons. We have studied the structure of atom and everything. So I wish you to study this table. There are 2 columns remaining, that is distribution of electron and valency. I won't teach that now. I will teach it once we go to that particular lesson, particular topic. Understood? So before that, before going to the 3rd chapter, I want you to study this. Okay, I taught you some interesting rhymes and interesting sentence also. Please copy it down. Okay, and I will meet you in the next class. Before that, you should be thorough with this tale. Okay, so that's your homework. You have to study this fully using the rhymes method and this sentence. Okay, so that's all for this class. I will meet you in the next class tomorrow. Thank you for patiently listening.